Hello, hello. We're reading a new chapter of Boku no Hero Academia, and we see at long last, at long last, some familiar faces. That, of course, is Explosion Man and his friend Fire and Iceman. And as you can tell, they are indeed friends. I had almost forgotten about this, but right before our League of Villains versus Meta Liberation Army arc, these guys had a little adventure. They got their provisional licenses and immediately put them to work, solving a minor case that looks like it has ties to that hero equipment providing corporation, which of course was kind of our lead into that whole bad guys versus bad guys arc. So, finally, we've returned to that scene. We've returned to the aftermath of that incident. Oh, this is pretty cute. Yes, we are friends. They spent a lot of time together. That must make them friends, right? There's no time correlation between time spent and friendship. And here, of course, in the very bottom left corner of this page is our supposed main character, my boy Deku, watching this interview in shock with Aruka and Ida. Ah, they're back. They're back. They're back. They're replacing the word villain with hero in the title. Wait a minute. What? Did they actually put My Villain Academia in the title? Hold on. That would have been nuts if they were doing that the whole time. Excuse me. I gotta go back and look quick now. But why can't I go back a chapter? Hold on. It doesn't like show the full title with katakana, unless that's just part of the scanlations, is that they remove the katakana in the title and replace it with the fully westernized title. You know what? Whatever. If they changed it, they changed it. That would be pretty cool. But I kind of feel like I would have noticed. If it was featured so prominently, maybe I would have noticed. Anyways, it's Hero again. That's the point. It's Hero again. This chapter is called Do That Interview. And I guess it's about the interview that our boys are going through right now. The final weeks of December, several days before the end of the term. Yes, we are friends. Bakugo's part was totally cut. Oh my god. He wasn't allowed to speak at all. That's actually hilarious. They only used Todoroki's clips for an entire hour of him just saying, "We are friends." Not very All Might-ish of him. Oh, it's so nice to be back in UA, isn't it? See all of our friends again, see them palling around. No more destruction, no more accidentally killing puppies, no more liberation armies of questionable ethical validity. It's back. We're just back to hero shenanigans. This is third interview. My good press who couldn't gotten after they got their licenses. I know. This was supposed to be, like, I think something cool about this series is the way that all of these kids are concerned with their brand as heroes, about their image, and that things like the sports fest and the internships and stuff all carry this additional meaning, that it's not just the experience at hand, but something that's building their heroics career in the long term. And this is, of course, the biggest example and opportunity yet to be interviewed on TV. And Bakugo gets cut. Completely cut. Alright, that's pretty great. Newly licensed heroes in training are just the sort of fresh faces we can rely on. We eagerly await the day they can become full-fledged Poro heroes. So hopefully we won't see a repeat of the Deika City tragedy. Okay. It's been 9 days since that disaster, where 20 interviewers pushed Deika to the brink of destruction in less than an hour. So Deku watching this report with concern. I feel like there's probably something on the level of conspiracy theories around this official report, right? And I'm not saying that Deku necessarily is the type to defy the story of the media, to be kind of like that sort of contrarian. but he's just so concerned at all times that this very convenient story where, oh, but guess what? Even though there was like this huge calamity, all of the bad guys were defeated too. So there's nothing to worry about. That just wraps up everything in a nice tight bow. And I think Deku's just normal heroic concern is going to question this, is going to say, oh, geez, are we really so lucky, etc., etc. Some see this planned attack as a deliberate attempt to shake society's faith in pro-heroes. But what are people on the street saying? Look at her little antennas. She looks like Piccolo. She looks like Dragon Ball's Piccolo. It's dumb to criticize the heroes of Deika. Ought to be talking about is relaxing this whole rigid system. Ooh, now that's kind of more in line with the Meta Liberation Army's ideals. No, but he's saying this idea that only heroes are allowed to use their quirks in order to stop crime is too rigid. It's not the heroes who stepped up in Deika. You're supposed to file the right paperwork first, huh? Yeah, again, this kind of like, we need a freeing up of heroes, we need a freeing up of everyone to behave heroically. In the past, a situation like this, where heroes are forced to make a difficult call, would have earned those same heroes criticism. I suspect we may be witnessing a critical turning point in this era. A large-scale shift in opinion from criticism to passionate support. Anything's different since the Can't You See kid did his thing. Yeah, that was way back during the Endeavor Hawks versus the hyperpowered Nomu fight, right? That everyone was criticizing Endeavor for what they perceived as recklessness, for being unable to just simply finish the job like All Might would have. And then that kid stepped up and was like, can't you see that he's trying his best? Something like that, something like that. It's true, since then it seems like this is the rallying cry of people regarding heroes, is like, they're out there doing their best for us. We should support them and allow them whatever we can. Future's bright, not so fast. Might seem like the winds of good fortune are blowing our way, but if you stop and think about the flip side of all this, it's actually coming from a sense of urgency, response to danger. These cheers for the conquering heroes are really prayers, a plea that we emerge victorious. We've had enough about the showbiz side of heroism, and they want us to prove our real worth now. What is the real worth of Mount Lady and Midnight? Quite a fan servicey shot. But since this entire chapter is just kind of this ecstatic, happy return to more pleasant times, I can certainly forgive them something like this. It's just going all out in that spirit, I suppose. Guest lectures. You have more media exposure going forward. Okay, that makes sense, because exposure? No, because she's a very, very popular hero. She's probably had all sorts of experience being in the media, doing interviews. More exposure, but you got cut. Most showbiz person out of everyone. Today's topic is all about media exercises. Rising to myself, I'm perfect here to teach you how to work it. Know what we're gonna be doing. All right, it's plus alter time. I guess we're gonna do mock interviews. I think this will be a lot of fun. A really good way to kind of reintroduce us to the class in terms of their personality, how they present themselves, what powers they have, because I'm sure that'll come up in these mock interviews. This is my guess. Mock interviews. That sounds fun. Plus, it fits in with the title of the chapter. It's hero interview training. Woo! All right, this is great. Pretend you just finished the mission and say thanks. Thanks. Okay, all right. The blitz begins. Type who can make everyone feel at ease when I show up. Ooh. Nice. She's kind of hitting on him. Maybe not so nice, but he's handling himself well. A good example to start with. Composed, calm, articulate, considerate. It's going to get worse from here. It's going to get so much worse from here. Do you have a heart condition? Your ultimate moves. Ooh, he just demonstrates right now? I don't know if that's okay. That was pretty dumb. They're like, hey, look, they're out in like the athletic stadium, I think. You can see in the bottom left panel that there's like a track drawn onto the ground with chalk or whatever. Well, they gotta do that again now. He just messed it all up, right? Okay, anyways. So he uses his heaven-piercing ice wall. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of what I expected, but this is pretty awesome. Flash freeze heat wave. What the one he used against Class P? It's Everest. Flash fire fist. Dad's not at his level yet. Smiling would be a good stick. Special files would be a genuine lady killer. My smile will kill me. I like this as a kind of, no pun intended, a quirk of Todoroki's personality, that he takes things quite literally, that he can get quite flustered by not understanding what some expression means or something. He's just so dang sincere. I like it, I like it. When will we see him smile, though? I feel like a nice, genuine smile is a pretty rare sight in his face. Does this showcase our moves during interviews? That's what moves symbolize with you. Let's do those moves that people learn what we're capable of. Prepare for impromptu team-ups and combos. Or people with villains and crimes. I'm gonna trust you enough to put their lives in your hands. Nice. Yeah, okay. This is amazing, because shouting out the name of your move is a staple of Battle Shonen going back probably as long as Battle Shonen has existed, right? And it's like never been justified. And in fact, many times it should be like a major weakness that you're literally shouting out what your next attack will be to your opponent. And I've seen a few series that actually play into that and have some gag where it's like, well, you just told me what you were gonna do, or like One Piece has made a lot of jokes about you say like the wrong move, or you just come up with the name on the spot, or you do like really kind of lazy combinations of names and stuff for comedic effect. But I think this is the first time I've seen a series actually try to justify why shouting out the name of the move is necessary. Outside of series where shouting out the name of the move is like actually essential to make the move work, I remember a few instances of that. But to help with teamwork, so that heroes observing you can learn how you're going to behave, to learn what to expect when you shout that out, to figure out theory craft combos and stuff. Okay, okay. Anyways, yeah. Every hero out there is being pulled up by the #1 hero spicy. Nice, nice. One who runs at a breakneck pace to inherit the mantle of my brother Ignium. I can never pronounce this hero's name. Igenium? So confident. Yeah, this is great. Once I show up, everything's okay. Yeah, lightening the mood. Woohoo! No glory awaits those who know not of darkness. Nice. That's pretty badass. It's a little chuny, but you know, when you actually do have a gigantic shadow monster living in your cloak, I guess you're allowed to do that. No blood's gonna be shed behind this wall. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, we don't get to see everybody's. Kaminari doing a strange... Well, isn't this the Meta Liberation Armies pose? That's what they were doing the whole time before. I feel like this is yet more evidence that he is actually the spy. Remember that whole thing? This theory? Why is he doing this? There's no way, right? That's just a coincidence. What does it mean? What does it mean? Have they adopted that as the salute of the new, what is it called? The Paranormal Alliance or whatever? Paranormal Liberation Alliance, maybe? And that's why he's doing it, because he is a spy, first for the League of Villains and now for this new combined entity. I don't know. Why is he doing that? Anyways, I ain't gonna waste time on sound bites. Just shut up and follow me. Cut you from the interview because I was there. Interesting. So maybe by himself, Bakugao actually can kind of pull off this personality, this arrogance and exuberance and stuff. In isolation, it could kind of be reassuring or something, and it's only when contrasting him with another hero that he suddenly seems arrogant and stuff. Maybe. Someone better for him to emulate. Probably Endeavor. I think Endeavor kind of maybe acts like this. The brashness. But Endeavor, I think, is more of like a cold indifference. Whereas this is boiling over with energy and wanting to shout as much as you can on the mic. You go by Deku, right? I saw you in action. Hey, that's great. Really great. Oh, no. Oh, this is definitely... Look at him. He looks like a voxel robot. He's made out of Legos. Even the gachi of his stiff movements is expressed in Lego bricks. He's mastered my hardening quirk. Ever since he did the shadow octopus arms during the exam, or during the A versus B war, that is, maybe the opinion of the class is just that Deku's quirk is to just spawn other quirks randomly, which isn't that far off, you know, given that he has the quirks of all of the other one-for-all inheritors buried within him. So now people are just like, he's he's using a new quirk again. Who you admire? Endless muttering. Well, I love the text bubble that like spirals deep into his mouth. About that move that burst out of you, I've heard you made some progress. How's that going? Uh-oh. So we get a little recap of this. The presence is gone. It's been 2 weeks since then. Practicing and trying to visualize this every day. They're not really gone. You told me to make good use of them. That power is waiting for me down the road. It's just locked up for now. And since it's locked up, that means I can choose when and how much to use. The containment phase is over. Next is letting out as much as I can, as much as I can properly control, like I did with the levels. All one for all. Okay. So this is kind of the progress plan for Deku. This is his power-up plan that we're going to see playing out over many arcs to come with different powers and stuff. I like that they're deliberately calling back to, yeah, you remember like when One for All was this exciting new property that he had to work through lots of different stages to that to get where it is now, which is, if not total mastery, then mastery to the extent that they probably won't be doing too much more that tries to be exciting with it, you know? It's time for new stuff. But it's going to be new stuff brought out in a similar pattern, which I think is kind of a fun way to go about it. And here we see a long trail of reaction images. What are all these people thinking? Even Mineta, way at the bottom, gets to observe. Woo! Wow, he did it. Just a little gross black tentacle that immediately fizzles away. That's the start. In fact, I'm impressed because I thought it wouldn't be until the next crisis that he would be able to use it at all. But it's a start. It's a start. He stays. Yeah, sleep, so don't worry. Yeah, he's looking super exoskeletal now. Records of the past generation are few and far between. For hair. Ooh, so he's got this notebook that he's working on. Past successors' quirks. So that Midoriya can start to anticipate, start to try to bring out further successors and stuff. Nearly time to announce the next round of work studies. Okay, so this will be a fun arc. Something that kind of is halfway between battling villains, being out on the street, things that interfere with like the greater plot of the series, and school type stuff. Stuff involving student relationships and relationships between students and pro heroes and stuff. So this will be good. We're going to get to probably meet some new pro heroes, get to see some ones we've been looking forward to seeing in action. And seeing the teams that they come up with, I think will be pretty fun too. All right, we'll check that out next week. See you then.